حسبه كم نقربنا بنبرق كم سمينا بدبوب كالسين التقور مقد عالسيعبه قالي ورب حدي ودون تتنكر قالي ونا ميداق برخاي وفير لحلو خلو مسمر نزل زير الدين بسوار تزخونس ناي سلاي بزيح زخون حالفنا درقاو يانكن سعير بكلاشن كنتار نقدر كتعم ايوه كم زلومي كيكون زبرق ريق تحادى تقادل تحادى يرحق قليل انت خدع مكلاس قد يفوق عطر ودمس كنده يحالفوه
يا أبي اللي أي تجاج خان بعكرة قال سنت جمر بعلم من الشر كم شافنا بشاف تجراي بقولون تجور أرعد نايت كونا عبد الله مجزاتي كسروك بقص أتاك نديك في النام سواتي حق خبع الكرة كم زلومي متشتنا بلا كي طعمه نهزوت اليمكات مكي قدمه حابوتنا عتنرون خلو تصور نتزمرره نم عزقير حاليت مساعدنت كسوا أنا قد مني هوتكات أمن ويانا حزو خوينا انت حاسبو صنعت مقد علي أنا حدا ريح بسني أبقى أرقاني حالي فوت بهال جبجب دعسو كوم ظلمي كما دقرسو ما حاور أي بركي كيدا نما تور وري عيني كيدا نما كوم ظلمي صبري كيسيبا عد ما تقع أرقع كيرنما حلفنا يوزن عد غري مستكر حزب خوينا تحاسبه نمؤمنو زشكر أبزع عمان كالو كدعم كلي كل شعب يرسى هي وتذكر
أيوة حقكم حق خاطر صيدر أي تجاج خان بعد كرار كيلا لو خينا قدم تحسب وتستنتن أمبر دخسبنا نيرنا ناول كي ذكر نتقدر حقيرنا نتمينا تبعتنا نتتميت تصاويرنا نتفنجرجتنا صلاتنا دمسي سلاس تخينات تنزازمو كل حلفنا سابزك نوصح حزو خينا تحسب كنت يحبس حزب تقادلاي حزبي بعلي والسن وبعلي تزاربي حدا زباحنا دك تعرى منهبي قدم نيرو فتحة بدعرو بينا بعلت زي بلو قطرو نزات فات نقفوت مخرو نولد ولدو تخل قلت نكرو كنتس كنتي تحالفو تزارب كازي ودا زي فلت إفلت ما ينبقى نزردا تاريخ التي أنا تاريخ بتدان واتم حراس نبري أوي متى تفرحلو زبطتو لعن كل خبري تغلبت كلاشين عاطري حزن ويني تذكرو شفت خالي عيوتنا يقلي تحب غيري لبنا وسدو أبقى عيني سنين لستنزلكم كان أتدقمي جلالي تبعيلة محابك وحرمي
زي تحقيق تقال علي مالت فتني خوكي وزح شكم نزور صدري لا ينزح حلفو زوحة مدري زي قرص كالسي زمت انت مطير علامة من قدام كمان من زميلتي
أتحسبوا تازركم كوني بعد بزح رأي عبيتا خدودو تمهير البرئي هابت تحنانو بسانجا بكارا برد أطيقكم زوزاكم وحرا كمي زي حلوة زي كونا لازمئي أحليتا خلوات نبلا عزمئي عزمو كيوبلني دوما بحركوين كيوبلني أجوغ مولتي فنادي سمعكم سبات حمقو على يحضركم من كلاسي قبصل زي قارت قدلي نحكش ولدو مركات تحدري بربعة يوم عزن مريتي تناقع تغمنا قدما أكلنا تتقع كل من يمقبها الكريئو ثقيلة حروت خماني سكا جغاني قالكم كي أبر يركب الحين حاضران غايك حاضران زي حلم كان بواتي بمعدم كي شرشر كحلو مسمر كغزلت قتلي سبتك اياير حزوك عدسي حزوك العاد لسبراش الماتي نقاكم تبعات
كنت طيت برات برساس ببيرو بمرمر فلتات تصفحي أمره حالي كله ظلمات كوين كله برهان علامة قدمك لحزب خامخا كحساتهم شروعات بالمعدب بسي سامع حزب روي فتح ديمقراطي مسمر زعمنا كل شعب قاسي خيب قرط يلي نسي تورسي
زينا بالله سلامات كبرات أحواتنا لما أنتي كاشا حزنا لكم مسينا زلنا حاونا أتو أمانيول حديث ناي تقراي حد حدش زيناتاتنا زحالفت صنحي قرقليهم سمعهمو حد كاي من الوقت بصراح بزيحكم زي تخاطركم مسؤولة زلو بقوانقوا تقرينيا بقوانقوا انجليزينيا بقوانقوا أمحارينيا غيرنا خنا محلال خلقمينا of West Coast ناي Portland Oregon community ناي تقارو محوراوي اتوزغون كوية بوستران يونايتد ستيت كله West Coast ناي شديش تستيتات سايبر باور تقراي زي محلال خلقماني مايك كاسا هوني بحال حصر بيلاي اتناي انجليزيا قوانقام نتوم انجليزيا تقرينيا زي سمعو خنقرمية كاو أتو أماني الحديث بعلقان تناي محارينيا قوانقا خقول سأيو سلازيو بخبري نعدمكم زلنا عالم زلخم مقايش تقارو دك عدي أيوهم أيونا تحرق لهم تنادد لهم تحزن لهم يردنا لأيونا أقول لكم كينا تقارو حواتكم مران نخنوهكم لنا حق إنة الناس أنا خاء مشرفة أبي أحمد لنا إساياس أفوركي نهاتو بانداتات أنا باندانا ودن وعدم بانداتات هزي تقراي قفعي زمسل زلو دك أنستي حواتنا زدها فروان زلو ناي هافتامن ناي دخان سرق زلو حيزم تخوني أما علي انتاي يقول خم زلو مناسي سلامة وصفت غيرم إلم زقتلو زلو عندنا نبرت أما على حيزي ناي جبارات نبرت بناي إثيوبيا فدرال وتادر نتسرق أي زرف يزلو زيادة حسر بينا نقرأ لكم هنا حاونا أمانيول كان يجي ياو بايلوت يو إن ناي إثيوبيا كما يجرو خاب إثيوبيا خمسة انتاي أما قد خي علامات السدات كما يجرو زيرو نا أمريكا خمسة كنقرأكم يو حد جزيون ناي بعلو حسابات بمحارنيا نجار موزعت جزية بتقرينيا من حواسي بفيسبوك يوم حال فيو إن ياو ناو أنا أنا لنا أنا ده عايزين نامس أنا وزيو مس يوهانس ناي ساينس تمار حونا تمار أروقهم بحدا كل الناس لنفعلت بحدا خوينا من أسأل جزيم أروقهم كم كورية ይቅርታ ንውዕልኩም ዘረባና. Those of you who are following us, thank you so much. We appreciate you. I've got my guest today, Emmanuel Hadis, who will be discussing about the crisis in Tigray, the genocide in Tigray. I will pass it on to him so he can speak. Emmanuel, welcome to Cyber Power of Tigray. If you could just unmute yourself and then introduce yourself, we'll just get right to it. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Try to unmute yourself.
My name is Emmanuel Hadis. I am from Tigray. My mom is from Aksum. My dad is from Adwa. I was born in Mekelle and left Mekelle when I was 3 years old. My mom was a teacher. My father was an agro engineer. It happened to be I joined the Ethiopian Air Force and working for I graduated from the Ethiopian Air Force, and then I was assigned to work in Asmara. I have worked in Asmara for 1 year, and when I look at everything, we were losing the war in Eritrea and in Tigray, and the government was not supporting anything. So we start pointing out at each other, and just because I was Tigray, they said I was leaking some information to the Wayane and the Shabia and the Wayane, which I was not. So when they were about to prosecute me, I left my country. That's how I left.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk to you more details on when you left from Ethiopia, why you left from Ethiopia in detail as a pilot, how life was for you in Ethiopia. I believe you were flying a military plane, but first and foremost, let's start off with what's happening like right now in Tigray.
In Tigray, it is just atrocities and things that has been there before, long time ago. This is a historical thing. We go back to the former tenures or the former governments, ever since from Haile Selassie, Tigray has been attacked by Haile Selassie force. Hiring mercenaries from London, England, and then Mengistu took over. Mengistu Haile Mariam, which I was involved in the fight. Mengistu Haile Mariam has killed so many Tigrayan people.
So we're gonna go. Sorry, we're gonna go back to that. Actually, let's discuss first what's happening now, like in Tigray in Mekelle, about the current situation under Abiy Ahmed. Then we'll go back.
Abiy Ahmed, yeah. There is a whole lot of raping and killing. And today was he sent his delegates, which I'm so sorry to say it, but it is the right word to call her. I call her Bimbo. Haile Selassie Bimbo. Her last name is Bimbo. Bimbo means useless woman. She went there to Tigray to just look around and see what is going on and tell to the whole world a lie. But the Tigrayan people didn't accept her. They just didn't even go out, open their market or anything. They just stayed home, protest. Stay home, protest is not good enough for a whole lot of lies and a whole lot of false propagandas. So these military armies are, as you see them, a camouflage. They are loading luggage and people's gold, people's property, and loading them in a camouflage and stealing and looting and taking away, going to Gondar or I don't know where they are going to, but they have good luggages full of luggage. Even for the militaries, it was hard for them to carry. And there was no protest, but they have killed somebody, one guy, one young, very young guy. He's around 19 or 20 years old, very handsome young boy, was killed for doing nothing.
So let me pause you there for a sec. So the information that we, so we don't know exactly what's happening on the ground, but so what we actually heard was that initially when Abiy Ahmed sent a delegate to Mekelle for photo ops in the name of mediation, this morning, actually, some of the information that I personally have heard and what I've read is that actually in Mekelle, a young Tagaru came out protesting against the delegates that flew into Mekelle from Addis Ababa, and there was one death as a result of the soldiers opening up a live ammunitions. And from what I heard is that there are untold number of casualties that we don't know the total yet, but in fact they have attempted to form a protest actually against the group who Abiy Ahmed had sent to Mekelle. So I just want to clarify because that was a story kind of we was told, and several media outlets have talked about it. Again, we don't have any live videos to back that, but the information actually was stated that there's actually an international media outlet. I'll try to find it here and show it, but they did state that during the protests is where the young men got shot and killed in opposition to the delegates that flew to Mekelle. So I just wanted to make sure that we're not getting a conflicting information on that.
Yeah, we the Ethiopian, the Tigray situation is renewing itself every minute. It is really interchangeable in every seconds. So the first it was the protest, and the protest got shut down by the armies there, and they have been shooting people, but we still haven't got a whole lot of evidences, informations yet. But as I heard, the militaries were trying to protect the people from protesting. It was a peaceful protest. It is not like the ones that we see in Oromo region or in Amhara region. There is no killing. It was just a peaceful protest. When the armies start to overact and react and start shooting, then what we heard today is just one person died, and they have been shooting to kill a whole lot of people. We don't know. We haven't got the information yet, but there are a lot of people that are dead. Tomorrow or a day after tomorrow, we might going to get some more information about that.
And I'm going to show this. So this was earlier today that was shared on Twitter, and it talks about in Aksum alone, 243 people were killed and buried. This is Martin Plaut's Twitter thread that was passed on, and it's dated February 9th, 2011. So, we've talked about this over and over in the past where 750 people were killed in Aksum from the church. Now, today, there are 243 reported dead. And some of the things that I've heard actually was when the Eritreans and the Ethiopian troops were facing the Tigray Defense Forces and they lost massive soldiers, they retrieved back. As they retrieved back, they were going house to house and shooting and killing any civilian they found. So when this kind of atrocity happens, what goes to your mind as yourself who left the country? I know you were not a soldier, but you were transporting soldiers and you got sick and tired of it. You left the country because you saw your own people slaughtering by the government that's supposed to protect the very people. What goes to your mind?
Yes. The numbers are really now these days, it just, the numbers don't matter. Last about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we have lost 750 people in front of the church, trying to defend the church from getting looted. Still, after they kill everybody, they have looted a whole lot of artifacts from our church. And this mission, we know this mission where it comes from. They are trying to take the Ark of the Covenant to Addis Ababa. You know, that guy named his assistant or his devil assistant, I can call him coaching, or the priest, the fake priest, Daniel Kubrat, the one that used to be an author. And he wanted to bring that all artifacts that are in Aksum to Addis Ababa. But these things, we have lost a whole lot of things. The number of people that die in there, really, comparing to what I expect, is really too much, too many. I mean, in one day you kill 750 people in a daylight, and the next day we don't know the numbers. Aksum, Adwa, Shire, and Adigrat, it is under the Ethiopian and Eritrean troops. So these people are so vicious. They are really, I don't call them militaries, I call them wild animals. They just kill and suck human beings' blood. In Aksum, it is blood all over Adwa and everywhere else. They just go fight with the army, with the TPLF forces. When they lose, they come and take vendetta. They come and avenge on the innocent people, the ones that don't have no weapons to protect themselves. They are free. They are free. They cannot defend themselves. So these people, I don't call them an army, really. I call them animals, wild animals, worst animals, vicious animals. And I expect a whole lot. But soon, Abiy Ahmed is just a skull-carrying skeleton to me. He's just nobody. He's illegal government from the beginning. Nobody elected him. He came to power to transform the country into another election. Other than that, I don't call him. He lost his legitimacy as a leader to our country. He has lost it big time from the beginning up until now. He's not, after September and October, he's expired. To stay in power, he has to wage a war against the Tigrayan people. So he can postpone the election and still can jail and imprison all the opposition parties and still try to be the only and the lonely king, as his little mom, as his witch mom told him to be. But it ain't gonna work. He's butt naked. He's skeleton now. The Arab people are, the UAE, the Emirates, are forced to leave the country, to leave the Eritrean port, Assab, which they just fly their drones. And like they didn't do nothing, they are just moving out of the country. But they have killed so many people, they will pay for it. We will sue them. They will be in world court. We will have them in ICC, in International Criminal Court. Abiy Ahmed, he is in fear. He is afraid of everybody. He is fighting within himself. He is a sociopath and a psychopath man. He fights with himself. He has lost his patience, his power, his advisors. He is in fear. When you are in fear, you tell to your soldiers and armies to do whatever they do and get out of that city, my country, Tigray, not Ethiopia. To get out of Tigray, he has to order and make sure they kill enough people. He is a criminal already. It is hard when you kill one. After that, you will not have any remorse to kill 1 million people. I expect about 100 to 700,000 casualties in Tigray just because of the war, and this is in 4.5 million people through starvation. That is all the systems that he is applying. That is a crime. So he is a psychopath. He violates everything. He steals. He kills. He rapes. All crimes are on him and on his banda, on his bandits, on his junta. He's a junta. He passed that name to the wrong people. We have never been juntas. Seyum Masfin has never been a junta, a diplomat. Getachew Reda was never been a junta. He was just an employee in foreign affairs. Abois Aye was not, none of them are juntas. They are retired people, but he just follows to do all these casualties. He killed all of them.
So could you define junta?
Junta is a military that takes over a power by force. That is the meaning of junta.
Very good. And then here's a question by one of our audience.
Okay. Is she want to ask or what?
Well, he's asking if we talked about the protest in Mekelle. So people do know there's has been a protest going on. I don't know if that's ongoing right now, but we did talk about it. So what I want to talk about actually is talk about, the killings and the harassment, the threats to people's lives. This young reporter, we're told that in Addis Ababa, 3 men with guns entered her apartment and threatened to kill her and took away her laptop. And simply, she's a reporter for, I mean, I don't even know how to really define this, but this person, she's not involved in anything other than just being a reporter.
A reporter from what country? Is she? I haven't seen this.
I don't know what country she's a reporter, but I think, obviously she's an outsider and she resides, well, Lucy Casa, maybe I don't know what nationality she is, but it says, young reporter Lucy Casa experienced a nightmare when 3 unknown predators broke into her apartment and threatened her life on Monday. So that was last night, which, we have an 11-hour, difference, obviously. But it happened in Addis Ababa. They took her laptop. We know that much. And basically, she used to be a reporter for, the war, what's happening in Tigray regarding the war. And so Abiy Ahmed basically is utilizing every source, every tool that he can to harass, intimidate, scare people, even when they're not involved in politics. So my point here is that, you were talking about he's a killer, he's this and all those things, but even in Addis Ababa, he can't protect ordinary people in Addis Ababa.
Yes, he can.
Yes,
he can. Look, there was a term that I told you. He is a sociopath. He is a sociopath. The meaning of sociopath is just a personality disorder. He can do it. He violates law. He violates rules. He violates all kinds of human rights. He doesn't care. This guy doesn't care. So he thinks this foreigner reporter is like Ethiopian journalists. Ethiopian reporters and journalists, they are also almost, they have been jailed for a long time now. And Ethiopia is almost now #1 or #2 country in jailing and imprisoning journalists and reporters. So he can do to protect any kind of information, he will do anything, and he would not have any remorse. Time Siluka, the sociopath Zabal, Higaya Habran. Number one, he's junta. The military power, Agdidu, Sultan Zwasada, Balu, junta. Junta Malet, Zita Queen Wordu, is this up my personality disorder alone? He's sociopath and he is psychopath. So these two personality disorders apply on this guy. He's always in chaos inside his brain. He's suffering a whole lot. That suffering, he feels like that suffering can be treated in hospitals. But we don't have this kind of doctors, psychological and psychologists in Ethiopia. This guy is sick. He will do anything to protect from any information leaking out of Ethiopia. So he will do, I expect him to do worse than all what he is doing now. I expect, he's a psychopath. He's a sick person. Mentally, he needs to be really, the psychopaths, they don't have no remorse. One thing, the difference between psychopath and sociopath. Sociopaths are killers. They end up, at the end of their atrocities and their killings, they end up in jail for 30, 40 years. And still they don't regret and apologize for what they did.
Sure, sure. So I get it. I guess, you know, some of the question people are asking is, yes, we know he's a sociopath, he's crazy. But I guess what people are trying to wonder is like, why is the military lining up with him for this action? So let's try to, you know, we understand, you know, we gave him whatever label that we want to give him. He's crazy. I've asked him to, you know, to have a boxing match with me too before, actually. Like I'll give him one punch like Muhammad Ali style and I'll knock his ass down. But that's not the point. In reality, you know, why is the rest of the Ethiopian military really going along with it and betraying their people and their country?
Look, this reporter didn't even go to Mekelle or to anywhere else. So when you see Mekelle and it is cities like Aduas, Aksum, and Shire and Adigrat, she didn't even go there. She's going to report what is going on in Ethiopia. Just let's assume that she's not going to do anything. She's going to see what is going on in Addis Ababa. In Addis Ababa,
I get it, but with her.
Hold on. Huh?
No, the question I was asking is about the Ethiopian military because we're still talking about Abiy Ahmed. So I was asking you, why is the military going with him?
Do you know military command? Have you ever been a military?
Nope.
Okay. You command and you order a military to anywhere else when you feel like. And the military, he's a military that he does what he is told by his boss.
Well, that's not entirely true, though. You can, you know, you could, well, at least like in the military that I know in this country. Okay, so if military leaders
don't compare America to Ethiopia.
Well, but
don't
let me
compare a democratic country to. This is what I hate. I really hate anybody, any elites, any Ethiopian elites. When you just talk about one particular people country, they take you to the highest countries that has a difference between the ground, the earth, and the sky. And look, Ethiopia is Ethiopia under a junta leader, under a dictator leader, under a killer, under a rapist, all atrocities on him. Forget Ethiopia, America. We are talking about Ethiopia. There is a chain of command in our country. So you can order, not as a prime minister, any little mayor or captain can order a military to harass foreigners, to harass his own people, to harass any opposition parties. That is obviously known. I know, you know, all the opposition parties are getting harassed and jailed. But foreigners, he wanted to put a psychological psychological fear on this lady, on this reporter. Did you get my point?
I did, but I guess, you know, let's move away from the reporter. Like, I get it. I think I'm still not understanding.
Oh, you didn't get my point? Or
no,
why he did this?
Not about the reporter. What's happening right now? Why is the military continuously, like, so for example, I showed the photo, the military looting and stealing.
Intimidation. What they are doing is, I can do what I want. That's what the military is. The military is in control in the cities, not outside the cities. In the cities. In the cities, he is intimidating the innocent people, the civilians.
Right. So that's my point,
the
though.
ones that cannot defend themselves.
Sure.
The ones that cannot stand for themselves. If they don't let him take their properties, he can kill them, because he is, I can do what I can do person. I can take anything I want from you kind of person we are talking about.
Sure. I guess the question again is like, okay, in Mekelle particularly, they're trying to show to us, the world outside, we are outside Ethiopia. We're outside Tigray. They're trying to show us that things are getting normal in Tigray. And
that is a propaganda.
No, I understand that. That's my point.
Yeah.
But let me get to the point, though. So I understand he's using propaganda. So while he's using that propaganda, which we know it's a lie, why would you, I mean, how stupid do you have to be? Then this is not going to be captured on camera or on video with a military uniform, with the Ethiopian flag, loading up like, you know, civilians' belongings and a daylight. It's not even nighttime. It's daytime. Are they really that stupid?
It is stupid. It is intimidation power that is playing. He's under pressure from the whole wide world. The whole wide world is just looking at him.
But this is not serving the pressure, though. That's the opposite.
He's trying to just ease his pressure. Yeah. So he's a psychopath. He needs treatment. He is trying to be free from his pain, his sickness. So he does what he does.
So ንምንታይ እዩ ግን እቲ ብትግርኛ ተዛረቡልና ኣለዉ ንምንታይ እዩ እዚ ስዩ ከምዚ ዓይነት ውርደት ሃገር ምግቢ ይሕግዝ ኣለኹ እየ ን9 ሚልዮን ትግራይ ህዝቢ ኣብ ኢትዮጵያስ ክንደይ ሚልዮናት እዩ ክንደይ anyway ከም ፀኣታ ፅሕፈት እሞ ይረድእ ኣለኹ እየ ገለታት ኢሉ ተዛሪቡ ናይ ዓለም መንግስታት ከኣን መቃት የብርህ ኣለኹ እየ ስልኪ ይኸፍት ኣለኹ እየ ኣብ መቐለ ሰላም እዩ ዝኒሄ ትግራይ ሰላም እያ ትኸውን ዘላ እናበለ ይዛረብ ኣሎ እዚ ከመይ ገይሮም ውርደት ከመይ ገይሮም የምፅዎ ኣለዉ እዚዩ
ከምኡ እዩ ራይ ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ህዝቢ ካታልሎም ይኽእል እዩ ዝደለየ ተዛሪብዎም ይኣምንዎ እዮም he's a sociopath. They lie too much. So ናይ ኢትዮጵያ people ይኣምንዎ እዮም ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ህዝቢ ካታልሎም ይኽእል እዩ ናይ ዓለም ህዝቢ ግን ካታልል ኣይከኣለን 4.5 million people are under dire situation, under dire need of emergency assistance. He is, I mean, Haile Selassie has starved Wallo people, and he denied that there is no one person is starving or hunger. Mengistu Haile Mariam in 1977, he did the same thing. He lowers the number, but at that time, 150,000 people were dying crossing the border from Tigray to Sudan. 150,000 people have died crossing from Tigray to Sudan. So that number. And the real number didn't come out yet. He's talking, he did not feed. Ethiopia doesn't have any power to feed its own people. Ethiopia is the poorest country in the world, but the Ethiopian people don't know how poor we are. That is the saddest thing in this world. Ethiopian see, خمي عينت دغا تميات حزبي كم زخورنا نبعلنا عين فلطون زلنا تحزب قون أي فلطن زلو نزي حزبي خنافلطو نخل نحناينا وينم دما خالوتاتنا عالم حزبتاتنا عالم ريبورترات عالم help people United Nations crisis protection people زياتهم يوم زاربو مبرزي سبعي 2,500 he admitted 2,500 people. Wow, it is a big number. He admitted he could sometimes go تميت يلن كو يزبل أب عندنا كو تميت يلن يكو زبل كله نجار كحدو يكو as يكون ناي narcissist ناي psychopath ناي sociopath sometimes borderline psychological personality disorder الله وزي سبعي he is a killer እንዴት አድርጌ ነው ላንተ ማስረዳት የምችለው ይሄ ሰውዬ 2.5 ሚሊዮን ህዝብ አዎ ተርቧል ብሎኮ አምኗል የዓለም ህዝብ ደግሞ የሚለው 4.5 ሚሊዮን ህዝብ ተርቧል ነው የሚለው which is የትግራይ ህዝብ ተብሎ የሚገመተው ደግሞ 6 ሚሊዮን ህዝብ ነው 6 ሚሊዮን ህዝብ 1.5 ሚሊዮኑ ለምን አልተራበም ትግራይ ውስጥ ድርቅ አለ ከዛ በፊት አንበጣ መጥቶናል አንበጣ ወሮናል አጥፍቶናል ከዛ በኋላ ደግሞ የመጡት ጠላቶች የሻዕቢያና የኢትዮጵያ ወታደሮች ምግቡን ሁሉ አቃጥለውታል እኔ 6 ሚሊዮኑ ነው የተራበው በኔ ምክንያቱም ገንዘብ ያለው ነው ሀብታሙ ፓርት ነው ጉድ ላይፍ ያለው ሃይ ስታንዳርድ ላይፍ የሚኖር ነው ተብሎ እንኳን ቢታሰብ ገንዘቡ ምግብ መግዛት የማይችል ህዝብ ነው እኔ at least if we are 6 million people I think 6 million people are under their need of United Nations help. But this guy 2.5, he's lying. He's under pressure. He's trying to ease the pain. He's trying to he's trying not to tell the truth. He want to hide a whole lot of this. Starvation is old system. It has been there from long time, and it's to the saddest, to the horrible thing, we still have it in the 21st century. We don't know where this guy came from, man. We don't know. This sick guy, crazy, bad, mad, and sad person. He has this mad, bad, and sad person. Those three things explain him. He's always mad, and nobody want to be around him. He's always bad. His personality is messed up.
So
he is sad because he has a suffering inside. Nobody want to get close to him. So he is a sick person, my friend. I just don't want to talk about him really. When I talk more about him, I'd rather talk about Isaias Afwerki than this guy.
Let's actually shift the gear real quick. So the Amnesty International just posted, there's an article basically saying the Ethiopian government must honor the promise of humanitarian access to Tigray.
Are you there?
Yep. Can you hear me? Are you not able to hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Hello?
Yep, I'm here. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I think it sounds like we're having some audio issue here. So let me try to figure out a way to bring him back on. Apologize, guys. I am gonna, so sorry about this. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear that music too?
I can hear the music.
All right. So I lost you. I brought you back.
Yeah, I had a call, and I had it. I have my phone on airplane mode. I don't know why people want to call, but it's all right.
All right. They want to talk to you. It must be emergency. So okay.
Okay.
So the Amnesty International announced that the Ethiopian government must live up to promises. So what if it doesn't?
Promises he doesn't keep.
To,
He always
right.
lives.
So what's the action though?
Promises
No, hold on.
He does not keep his promises.
Okay. So
not forget to his people. His people, he can go screw up something and come back. He tells them whatever he want to tell them. Oh, we understand you now. Oh, we believe you, my man. Oh,
so hold on. Let me ask you the question though.
Go ahead.
Okay. So they're saying he must live up to his promises.
Mm-hmm.
And what should we expect from the international community, knowing that he's not going to keep up his promises? What should we expect?
Sanction. First, sanction.
Okay.
And second, enforcement. They have to use military to open up a corridor for the food assistance people to get in. Those are the two things we expect. Sanction, he should have been sanctioned right now. And the second one is enforcement. To enforce him is two ways. There is military enforcement, and there is international war criminal court. So to charge him in court, and they have to push. But it seems like they do very little. The Europeans are trying ever since he blocked a road to let the assistant, the United Nations, to deliver their food. They have been pushing a lot they can. The United Nations try. He is using Isaias Afwerki's system. So what we expect the whole world to do to help us, if they wanted to help us, really, they need to put him on sanction. The sanction will begin like he should. If the state secretary wants to tell Abiy Ahmed, return the tickets that you sold to your customers to fly from Addis Ababa to America, return their money and you will never come to America again. He will be really frustrated. He will do whatever they tell him. They start sanctioning from the airlines. And then the next one is going to be his officials cannot go anywhere else for any business or for any diplomacies. Then our people will take him out once they do this to sanctions.
Sure. But obviously, we could also do our part by encouraging travelers to not book on Ethiopian Airlines, to boycott Ethiopian Airlines.
Travelers, that is really, it wouldn't hurt that much because now Ethiopian Airlines got too many, and now they stopped going to Sudan, of course. But the Africans are the ones that flies from America to Africa, and from Canada, yeah, they have the same. Africans and Ethiopians, they mix up. But Tigrayan people, we still can boycott that airlines and advocate people not to use it anymore.
So Thursday, we meeting up in New York City.
Of course.
Or you want to talk about it real quick? I got the flyer like on the screen.
I see it.
This actually, sorry, this is from Denver. I apologize. It's a wrong flyer.
But it's very nice. I like the flyer though. It's very nice.
This actually is yep. My mistake. But okay. It's happening.
Make up your mind, Mike.
That's okay. It's actually a good topic I want to talk about first. Okay. So this is it coincided the same date at the New York City protest.
Okay.
But this is the Eritrean community in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Hosting a protest. So that's what the flyer is. So
When
I
is it gonna be?
apologize.
Thursday?
It's the same date. Correct.
Nice.
February 11th.
Excellent. Nice.
So Eritreans final are coming out.
We have to do this protest every often, if possible, every single day. We have to pressure him. We have to put a clamp on his ass.
So we had one in Seattle like last week by the
Yes.
Eritrean community. We've got one coming up in 2 days in Colorado. I believe they're also trying to organize something in California. I don't know when, but they're like in work in progress. So with all that, where are the Ethiopians who are actually supporting foreign invaders? And like there's it's the Bamharinya the way to go.
Oh no! Look, and Amara በዚህ ሰዓት የትግራይን መጨፍጨፍ የትግራይን ህዝብ በረሃብ ማለቅ እና መሞት እቃወማለሁ ብሎ የሚወጣ አንድ ሰው ቢገኝ ያ ሰው ብርቅ ነው። አብይ አህመድ የከፈተው ትልቅ ኦፖርቹኒቲ እንደውም በብዛት ለአማራዎቹ ነው። ታማኝ በየነ ለትግራይ ህዝብ ገንዘብ እንሰብስብ እያለ ነው። በዚህ ሰዓት ገንዘብ እያሰባሰበ ነው። ገንዘብህን አንፈልግም ተብሎ ከትግራያኖች ተነግሮታል። አንፈልግም. We don't need your money. ታማኝ በየነ, please stick with your dictator government and help him to advocate whatever you want to advocate. Please leave us alone. We just denounced him. He just doesn't want to hear. He wants to get some commission from, he's just a cheap little penny collector man. I don't expect any አማራዎች እኮ እኛን በደረሰብን በደል እንድንበሳጭ መብት ይስጡን። መብታችን ነው መበሳጨት፣ ህዝባችን እያለቀ ነው። መብታችን ነው ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ መውጣት፣ ህዝባችን እያለቀ ነው። መብታችን ነው ማዘን፣ ሀዘናችንን እንወጣበት፣ ህዝባችን እያለቀ ነው። እንዘንበት፣ እንበሳጭበት፣ በቃ እንቆዝምበት። ተውን አይተውንም። ከዚህ የበለጠ ምን ትልቅ ጀግንነት ነው እኮ የሰሩት። ህዝብ አስራቡ፣ ህዝብ ደበደቡ፣ ህዝብ ሬፕ አደረጉ፣ ህዝብ ገደሉ። ምን የቀራቸው ነገር አለ? ምንድነው የቀራቸው? እኛን ይተውን። አብይ አህመድ ይሄንን ውሸቴን በአጠቃላይ እስካሁን ስዋሽ የነበረውን እውነት ነው ብላችሁ ለዓለም ህዝብ ንገሩልኝ እያለ ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ እየቀሰቀሳቸው ነው። ይውጡለት። እኛ we don't care about that. እኛ ኬር የምናደርገው ስለ ትግራይ ነው። ትግራይ እነሱን እናወጣለን። እነዚህ ምን አይነት ህርት እንደሆነ አላውቅም። እነሱ ሲጎዱ ይባላል 20 30 40 50 ቻናሎች አላቸው። በአጠቃላይ የምታየው ስለነሱ ሀዘን በአማራው ላይ ስለደረሰው በደል ነው። እኛ ላይ የዓለም ህዝብ የመሰከረውና እኛ በአይናችን የምናየው ዘመዶቻችንና ህዝባችን እያለቀ ተውን እንዘንበት ስንል እንድናዝን እንኳን መብት አይሰጡንም። እንድንበሳጭ መብት አይሰጡንም። እንድንናገር መብት አይሰጡንም። እንድናዝን መብት አይሰጡንም። ስለዚህ አማራ ወንድሞቻችን እንዲረዱን ሳይሆን ለምናደርገው አክሽን፣ ለምናደርገው እንቅስቃሴ፣ ህዝባችንን ለማዳን ለምናደርገው ውጊያ ይተውን፣ ይልቀቁን እና ከቻሉ በመተከል ያለውን ጦርነት ያስቁሙ። የራሳቸውን ሱዳን እየወረራቻቸው ነው። ሱዳንን ያስቁሟት። ሱዳንን አስቁሙ። ጎበዞች ከሆናችሁ ሂዱና ሱዳንን ተዋጉ። ከሀገራችን ከትግራይ ምድር ውጡልን። መንገዱን እንክፈተው። ለህዝባችን ምግብ ይድረስ። የታሪክ ተወቃሽ እንዳትሆኑ። በኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ የተጠላችሁ መውጫ መግቢያ የሌላችሁ ህዝቦች የማይታዘንላችሁ እንዳትሆኑ። ሰው ሲጣላ፣ ወንድማማች ሲጣላ ገደብ አለው። ያን ገደብ አትለፉ። የኛን ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ተቀላቀሉ አንላችሁም እርዱና አንላችሁም ግን ለምናደርገው ነገር ባይሆን እንኳን እንቅፋታችሁ ነው ህዝባችንን ለማዳን ያጣር ነው ጥረታችንን ቀጥሉበት በሉን ከኛ ጋር ግን አትከተሉን በቃ ተቆራር አሁን በቃ ተቆራርጠናል ይሄ ልጆቻችንን ገላችሁ ሚስቶቻችንን እህቶቻችንን እናቶቻችንን አባቶቻችንን ቀሳውስቶቻችንን ገላችሁ እንደዚህ የሆኑ ዞምቢ ቢምቦ ሳለ ስላሴን ሳለ ወርቅ ነው ምናምን የመሰለች ሴትዮ ሳለ ወርቅ ቢምቦ ነው ማለት ነው ይቅርታ ያወጣውላት ስም ነው ተቀበሏለች ይሄን ስም ደግሞ ተወደዋለች እርግጠኛ ነኝ ተወደዋለች ስለዚህ ይሄንን መብት ነው እኛ የምንፈልገው ተውን ልቀቁን ተቀላቅላችሁ ከኛ ጋር ብርድ ተመቷ አንላችሁም ቤታችሁ ቁጭ ብላችሁ የምትፈልጉትን ነገር አድርጉ የአብይን ውሸት ስሙ በቃ ይሄንን ነው የምናስፈቅደው ሌላ ነገር የለም
እና ውጽላ ነለና ተቀንድ ግን ዲዚ
አክሊና
هو
بعلنا دق عدنا خد مسرتاينا زاز تحمست مريت لوك هذا نجر كنجركم دق تجارتات حواتين حفتين ابزي تسمعون زلكم ب 1967 اسرائيل عدات مسرتن كلا مجمره زعاتو شدشته مئتي سبات راح يوم شدشته مئتي not شدشته شح
ولا سي عاليه
شدشته مئتي سبت راح يزعاتو شدشته مئتي سب ايو نجبس نسعود عربيا نأمان نجوردان أمان نسعودي نسيريا تفاليمهم زاشنفوا وموت دلز تقناجو ناي عالم حزبي اي امن له من 600 تسب امريكا ردي هو منبر 50 يفهم لهم كل ساب هزي اي تقبلوا له من قلنا حقي 600 تسب خوينو حموش تعداش نفويو تግራይ ውን ኸሙ 6 ሚሊዮንና በሐሙሽ ተዓዲና ተወሪድና በሶማሊያ በኤርትራ በአምሐራይ ልዩ ኃይል በአብን በኢትዮጵያ በሐሙሽ ተዓዲና ተወሪድና Emirates shall shine. Thank you Mike I really appreciate you thank you بشدش تعدينا توريرنا بشدش تعدي توريرنا كساب حزي نزطنا معالتي نسلسته ورحي እናተ ጠመይና እናተ ዋጋና صنحنا لنا او عالم نزطنا معالتي እናተ ጠመይ እናተ ዋጋ ዝነበረ ጠጠዊሉ ዝተቋቋመ ህዝቢ خابي دليكم ايتام صلين ايتردونن كقدم حزي كاب 3000 عامت بفيت قدمي 3000 عامت ينبر يخون بزي اجن نمبر 1 نحناينا تلاعلنا بحاجه تاكبنا تعدي باجرات اطوكنا بلاينا እግዚአብሔር ውን ምሳና እዩ ምስማንም ዘየለ እግዚአብሔር ምሳና እዩ ዘሎ እግዚአብሔር ከሕግዘና እዩ አጆኹም አዋቲ
زياو كبيديا بار تانا نيويورك انتو زبلكوا ساعتم ياويو علتم ياويو فبراير 11 كلتشهن اسران حدن كساعه 10 ناي نغو جميرو اسكا ساعه 3 ناي مشت اب يونايتد نيشن 47 ستريتنا فيرست ستريت تواهيلو مقد مالتي ستريت سلام سلف خنا كايدينا ناي حدا مئات معالتي خوينات كاب تجمرلو يخون له مالتي
oh nice
مئات معالتي 100 days
nice دك حسني دك كوتاتي قلمله كاب هيوستن تكساس كاب نيو اورلينز كاب دنفر كاب بورتلاند كاب سياتل بزوينا غزانا سدرانا ادينا بوين አያቶቼ 22 ልጆች ነው የወለዱት እና 11 ሴት 11 ወንድ ነው ያለው የማቃቸው ያጎቶቼና ያክስቶቼ ልጆች ኒውዮርክ እንገናኛለን ተባብለን ተቀጣጥረናል ሁላችንም አንድ ላይ ቆመን እዛ ሰላማዊ ሰልፉን እናከብራለን
Very good.
ዩናይትድ ኔሽን በር ላይ ሄደን ምንድን ነው ማታፈጥኑት እንላቸዋለን። እሺ
Okay. So before we close our segment,
Yeah.
when you were a pilot, what was the mission that you were given and why? I think you briefly talked about it earlier, but explain the type of plane that you were flying and what led you to leave the country.
Oh, I have wrote a book. As a matter of fact, I have sent you my book, right?
That's right. I'm going to bring it up.
I am an author. I'm a writer. I am the first Ethiopian writer that wrote the whole story about the Ethiopian Air Force. Of course, it's more targets about my life, but I am the first author in Ethiopian Air Force history. Astakoshu is my book. After that, there are some people that wrote about themselves. And yes, this is my book. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I'm an author. Everything is written in that book. But to conclude that, what I would tell you is, we were in a war in Ethiopia. Of course, everybody knows about it, against the communist government, which is led by communist president, defense minister, everything. What Mr. Mengistu was it takes about 5 minutes to just call his ranks, his majesty. So there was a war going on in that place. So as I told you, we were losing the war. Nobody want to admit that we are losing the war. And the government was losing the war. He doesn't care about the people that were fighting for him. So what happened is everybody were pointing their fingers at me because of my ethnicity, because I was Tigray. I am from Tigray. So what happened is I have to leave the country because the people, the intelligence of the military were targeting me because I was a Tigrayan man. So the only choice I had was to take the airplane out to Yemen country. From Yemen, I went to United Nations. United Nations led me to United States of America ambassador. I remember her name was Deborah. She interviewed us. We went to Egypt, from Egypt to Yemen, from Yemen to Egypt, and then we came to United States. That's what happened. That's the story of my little summary.
So some people are saying that you're lucky.
I never wanted to get out of Ethiopia, but I was pushed really. And yeah, what was your question?
So some people are saying like you're very lucky to make it out of the country safely.
Yeah, and really, I am so lucky. Every time I go anywhere, God is with me. My name is Emmanuel. Emmanuel means God is with us. Wherever I go, Mike, I swear, I'm not bragging. Any place I go, if there is a chaos, when I get there, everything settles into peace. I have never had any problem around me because why? God is always with me. Wherever I am, God is there. So he helps me a lot. All my dedication, this book, my life, and everything is to him, to God. Even me, myself, is his own.
So Lidatu is getting threats for speaking the truth. He was recently interviewed a couple days ago. I showed the clip yesterday. Did you get a chance to watch what he say?
Yes. I always follow every minute information. I always follow because I am a Tigrayan man. I worry a lot. I am sleepless every single day. I don't sleep. I follow everything. Look,
so let's talk about him.
The country Ethiopia.
Hold on. Let's talk about Lidatu first. So the question is, he's getting threats.
Yes. Yes.
But he's a politician.
Yes.
Why is that happening?
Why it's happening? That's what I was trying to explain to you. It is not like it doesn't take 3 seconds when I talk. Look, Ethiopia is established in a false history and lives in a false history, seldomly lives for the future in a false establishment. So this guy is the truthful man that we see. We all Tigrayans are admiring him for standing by our side. But he's a politician. This is the time. You know, when you are a politician, you have to stand on this time, not on the time of happiness and on the time of righteousness. It's just you have to stand as a politician when your country is just falling apart, going to the drainage. When it is draining, that's when you come up to be a man. Whoever the rest of him and Yilkal are a true Ethiopian men I have ever seen in this country history, because they stand for what they believe, they stand for what they say is right, it is right, and they wanted to be threatened. That they didn't need to be threatened, but the government is a liar. They just want to see the fact, the truth. The truth is in the dark right now. So they go to the dark, they open up their eyes and they see it. They tell him, this is what we see. Oh no, if you and Brahanu Naga is the worst enemy of Ledatu. He wanted Ledatu to die. He wanted Ledatu to disappear from this world because he cannot compute with Ledatu or Yilka. Brahanu Naga is incompetent. He's incompetent. So he is threatening him. It is not only him. Isaias Afwerki is putting his shadow on him. Abiy Ahmed is helping. And Brahanu Naga is just telling to kill this guy, to threaten him, to jail him, or to take any action. He wanted to come to have his surgery, hospital checkup, to do his hospital checkup. They denied him. They don't want to let him go, because if he comes here, he's going to talk the truth. He's going to convert. Abiy Ahmed believes and fears that, afraid that if Ledatu is out, he will convert the diaspora people into true right way. He will take them. He will convert them into thinking in the right direction. That's what he is getting mugged. He's getting threatened, and he's.
So real quickly, some people are asking that showed up like a little later on the show to discuss about Mekele, the protest, the mediation that Abiy Ahmed sent to Mekele. Would you like to briefly talk about it before we close our segment?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The Mekele people are really strong people, innocent and kind, down-to-earth, humble people. When it comes to the right time, they go face to face and challenge the problems they are facing. They stand as one right now. They are getting killed, they are getting raped, and this moron leader, Abiy Ahmed, the man that lacks legitimacy to his leadership, sent his delegates to just see around Mekele, talk to some people, and report some false pretext information to the world. And the Mekele people, they just went out to protest, and this camouflage people, this military army, they scattered by shooting at them. They scattered the people, the youngsters from the protest ከገብሩ ገይሮም ደልዮም ትወፁን ከለው ነዞም ኣነ ሳህለ ስላሴ ናይ ኣቦኣ ስም ካሊእ ቢምቦ እየ ዝብላ ንዓን نشتي قساوست زوم قساوست دات دما ابلبهم غيرهم مسما كلاكاينا يلوم مرقوم مسقلا ساليموم يوم زلا اخوهم زوم سبات تمليسهم مسيوم يقرتا سلام النغوا يقرتا يكونن نتعرق ناي من تعرقي حفتي قتلكا ريب غيركا اتمخاني ابوي قتلكايو ادي قتلكايو تاي تاريفوكا دقتاتنا نموتو تاي عرق انت يمسيو قدفونا بقى اب حزننا زلنا نحزنلو حريقنا هنا نحرقلو اخرفنا هنا نخرفلو قدفونا ايو ناي مقله حزب اقوام زلو حزي ومو زوم وتادرات متكواس مقتال بزجمرو نحنا بانفورميشن سمع هو كساب حزي حدث مويتو يو كن بزح حساب كم زموت دما سلك دويله اتايقيه كن حدا يكونن بزح يوم يلوم الله كن كزاربو هيدلخون اما خم عينت نجر نيرو دحر كل نجر عصم stay home protest يوم غيرو غزاخنا خوفيلنا ينوصل تكتما بنشتي بفيديو تقرصه قريبو نيرو اب لما انت نيوز بقى قاح زبلت سب زي بالله صط زبلت كتما ايات مسل بقى ምንም ነገር አንቀስቃሴ ዘለ ሓደ ክልተ ሰብ ኣብ መንገዲ ርኤየ ግን ሰዓቶም እውን ናብ ገዛቶም ነይሮም ዝኸዱ በቃ ዳሲት ሓደ ሰብ አይረአና መቀለ ታ ጥዕምቲ ከተማ ታ ኾፊልና ቡንና ሰተና ንጻወተላ ታ እንመያየጠላ ታ ጽብቕቲ ቦታ ولا حنت سب زي بالله تمثل نيرا تا حزب ملء زبللا عدي موق زبلت شكر عدي كمو نيرا
so ازيو سيفيليان يو
زي سيفيليان يو
فيديوهات زوز زل مچم يقرتا مطنقتا زيحكوهم
هو
عسكريا
عينت يا كتنغرو ملك
عادي اوف يغير زلهو
قلنا حجي قلعت سلازدقسو يسوكي نحنا عدلتات كنريون خيالنا
انا زيات ود زيات سي ناينتا يقفعي حزبنا سرح زل است بمحارኛ نظام صمامات بتناتم ቋንቋ ስተርዳየም
ያ በዛሬው ዕለት እንደዛ እንግዲህ ይሄ የሰይጣን ስራ ነው ለሳህለ ስላሴ ቢምቦ ክብር ሲባል የታረደ ወንድማችን መንገድ ላይ ወድቋል ይሄ አንድ ነው ግን ብዙ የሞታሉ እነሱም ቀስቀስ ይያሉ ይወጣሉ ቄሶች እቺ የተረገመች ሴትዮ ሳህለ ወርቅ የምትባለው አባታችን ቄሱ ትናንት ሲረግሟት ነው ያሉት የመቀሌም ህዝብ የተገዘተ ነው ከነሱ ጋር ተቀላቅሎ አብሮ ቁጭ እንዳያያቸው እንዳያናግራቸው ይሄ የራሳቸውን የውሸት ሪፖርተሮች ጋዜጠኞች ይዘው ሄደዋል ለማናቸውም ክብር አልተሰጠም ይሄ እንግዲህ ከተማ ውስጥ ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ሊደረግ ሲወጣ የተገደለው ወንድማችን ነው ሬሳ በሬሳ የሆነች ከተማ ነው የምናያለ ነው ሬሳ በሬሳ የሆነች ከተማ ነው እያሳዩን ያሉት ኢትስ ኦኬ ይሄንንም ሐዘናችንን ዛሬ እንዘንበት አታዝኑም ነው የምትሉ ከሆነ ምንም ከናንተ ጋር የማዘኛ ሴንሳችሁ ወይንም ኦርጋናችሁ ወይንም ቲሹዋችሁ ተሰብሯል ስለዚህ እኛ ተውን በቃ የተለያየን ሰዎች ነን ይሄ አንድ ትክክለኛ ነገር እኔ የማምንበትና ብዙ ጓደኞቼ የምንስማማበት አንድ ነገር አለ ሁሉም የራሱን ክልል ይዞ መኖር አለበት ትግራይም ትግራይ ተገንጥላ ጎንደርም ጎጃምም ተለያይተን መኖር ነው መልካም አንዴ ለንደን ውስጥ እንደዚህ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ትሩ ዲሞክራሲ ለማምጣት ኢትዮጵያ ብትል ነው ያለ የነ ጆአር አትላንታ ውስጥና ለንደን ውስጥ የተደረገ ስብሰባ ነበር እጅግ በጣም እኔ ራሴ ተበሳጭቻለሁ እንዴት እንደዚህ ይላል ኢትዮጵያ ትበተን እንዴት ይላል አይ ቲንክ ያ ሰውዬ ትክክለኛ ነበር አይ ቲንክ አሁን ነው የገባኝ እንደዚህ እየሄድክ ሰው ያረድክ መኖር አትችልም አብይ አህመድ እየሄድክ ወለጋ ሰው ያረድክ መኖር አትችልም እኔ አማራ ነው የተገደለው አማራ ነው የሞተው አማራ ነው ካገር የተፈናቀለው እየተባለ ወሬ ሰማለሁ ግን እኔ አላምንም ማይካድራ ውስጥ የትግራይ 750 ሰዎች 600 ነው የሚባለው ግን ከ700 or 800 ሰዎች ታርደው አብይ አህመድ የተጫወተውን ፖለቲካ በደንብ አይቻለሁ የታረዱት አማራዎች ናቸው ብለው ግን ዩናይትድ ኔሽን ሬድ ክሮስ ትክክለኛ እንትን አላቸው ማስረጃ አላቸው ፈርስት ሃንድ ኢንፎርሜሽን አላቸው የገቡት ተመዝግበዋል እነማን ናቸው ተብሎ ስማቸው ተጽፏል እሱ ግን በባስ ጭኖ ከጎንደር ወጣቶችን ወስዶ ማይካድራ ውስጥ ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ አስወጥቶ ምናምን ቺት አድርጓል አሁንም መተከል ውስጥ እየተገደለ ነው የሚባለው አማራው ነው እኔ አላምንም ምክንያቱም አማራው የማይካድራን ትግሬዎች የተገደሉትን አማራ ናቸው ብሎ ነበር የተገደሉት አማራዎች ናቸው ብሎ ነበር አሁን ደግሞ ኦሮሞዎች እየሞቱ እዛው መተከል ውስጥ እኔ የማምነው ትክክለኛውን ኤቪደንስ አይቼ ነው አገናዝቤ ነው አይቼ ሳይሆን አገናዝቤ ነው ሰምቼም አይደለም አገናዝቤ ነው የማምነው እና ኦሮሞዎች ተገለው አማራዎች እየተገደሉ ነው ብለው ክስ ያቀረቡ ነው እንጂ እኔ አማራ እየተገደለ አይመስለኝም ኦፍ ኮርስ ሱዳን በደንብ እየገደለቻቸው ነው እንሷን መከላከል አይችሉም አብይ አህመድ ለአንድ ቀን አይታው ታውቃለህ ስለ ሱዳን ሲናገር አይታችሁ ታውቃላችሁ ነው አይታችሁ ታጣቁ አብይ አህመድ ለውጭ ሀገር ዲፕሎማቶች ወይንም ደግሞ ለውጭ በእንግሊዘኛ ሲያወራ ሰምታችሁ ታውቃላችሁ ነው ማንም ሰው ሰምቶ ታያውቅ አብይ አህመድ ለውጭ ጋዜጠኞች ተጠይቆ መልስ ሲሰጥ አይታችሁ ታውቃላችሁ ነው ሰጣችሁ ታጣቁ ሰው ሲገደል ሰው ሲሞት ሰው ሲታረድ ኮሽ ባለ ቁጥር አትደንግጡ ይያለ ሉክ ሳይኮፓት ነው ይሄ ሰው የሚለው ማዘን ለሚሞት ሰው ልብ የለውም የማዘን ጭንቅላቱ ላይ ሞቷል ሴል የጭንቅላቱ ብሬን ሴል ዴድ ነው የማዘኛ የለውም በሽተኛ የመጨረሻ ህይወታቸው ደግሞ የሳይኮፓትም ሆነ የሶሺዮፓት እስር ቤት ነው አንዳንዶቹ ሞታቸውን የሚጠባበቁ ይሆናሉ አንዳንዶቹ ደግሞ እድሜ ልካቸውን እስር ቤት አነ ኬጅ ነው የሚኖሩት ያ ለኢሳያስ አፈወርቂና ማነው ማን ነበረ ማይክ አብይ አህመድ ክሩክ መሽረፈት ክሩክ mad sad and bad guy he's going to face justice will be served to him justice must be served yes እንደዛ ነው የምናስበው ይሄንን ነው መናገር የምፈልገው
thank you ስለዚህ አብ ዓለም ዝኒሄው ተጋሩ ሐሙስ ኣብ ዋሽንግተን ኣብ ዲሲ ንራኸበል ኣሜን ኒውዮርክ ንራኸበለና ኣብ ቀጻሊ ሰሙንካ ኣብ ዲሲ ንራኸበለና ስለዚህ ንሰርሖ ዘለና ናይ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ብዘይኮነ ሕጋዊ መንግስቲ ዘይውል ሃገር ኮይኑ ወራሪ ሻዕብያና ወራሪ ፋኖ አምሓራ ረስሓት እግሮም ኢዶም ሓፂኦም ዘይፈልጡ ቁማሎም ካብ ርእሶም ዘይብሉ ረስሓት ህዝብና መከራ ዘምፅሉ ዘለው ንሕና ካብዚኡ ደቂ እስካብ ህዝብና ሰላም እስካብ ዝረክብ ዓድና ናፃ እስካብ ትወፅእ ዓይኒ ድቅስንልና ዓይንትና እስካብ ዝሓብጥ ኢና ንሰርሕ ዘለና ስለዚህ እስቲ
ጸርፋ ያድልኝ ጸርፊ ስድብ አያስፈልግም እንደነሱ መሆን ነው አንሰድባቸው ከሀገራችን መውጣት አለባቸው አገራቸው አይደለም ዘረፋውን ያቆሙና ሁለቱም ኤርትራም ኢትዮጵያም ከትግራይ ይውጡልን ነው የምንላቸው ኢትዮጵያ out of Tigray Ethiopia you remember Joar when he first came to this politics Ethiopia out of Oromia na vela protest ገብር ትዚብለካ that's what we're going to do ስለዚህ ሓበሬታ በልሰ ታሽ ምጎሮ ክሎዚንግ ስቴትመንት ንዓለም ዝኒሄ ህዝቢ ዝካተልና ዘለዎ ንተጋሩ ንትግራይ ዝፈቱ ንትግራይ ዝሕግዙ እንታይልካ በቃ ሳመራይዝ ጌርካ ተዓጾ ሐሳብካ ኦኬ ውድ የተከበራችሁ ውድ የተከበራችሁ የትግራይ ወንድሞቼና እህቶቼ ስላዳመጣችሁን እጅግ በጣም እናመሰግናለን እኔም ፌስቡክ ላይ እንደዚህ ለህዝቤ መቆም አለብኝ በሚል እንትን ከፍቻለሁ አንዳንድ ሜሴጆችን ትክክለኛ ኢንፎርሜሽኖችን በማገኝበት ሰዓት ከናንተ ጋር መካፈል እፈልጋለሁ እናንተም ደግሞ ከወዳጆቻችሁ ጋር ሼር በማድረግ ለህዝባችን መቆምና ድምጽ መሆን እንዳለብን እንድትተባበሩ እንጠይቃለሁ ማይክ እጅግ በጣም የሚመሰገን ሰው ነው ሂዝ ሁሌም ሳይተኛ ህዝቡን ለመርዳት በቃ ለህዝቡ የቆመን ሰው እየፈለገ የሚያነጋግር ሰው ነው ብዙ ወንዶች አሉን ትግራይ ነግሬያችኋለሁ ብዙ አለን ከማንም ጋር የሌለው ደግሞ እግዚአብሔር ከኛ ጋር ነው ብያችኋለሁ ይሄንን በትክክል እንመንና እንወቀው እስከዚች እስከ መጨረሻው ድረስ አብረን እንዋጋለን አብረን አርምድ ስትራግልም ካስፈለገ መሄድ እንችላለን እኔ ሚሊተሪ ነበርኩ ትሬኒንግ መስጠት እችላለሁ ከዚህ ሱዳን በሮ መዋጋት አያቅተኝም እችላለሁ ሌላው የኦሮሞ ወንድሞቻችን የሚደርስባችሁን ስቃይና በደል እከታተላለሁ አያለው ከኛ ጋር ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ለመውጣት ሁሌም ሞክሩ እናንተም የምትወጡበት ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ላይ አብረን እንወጣለን የኤርትራውያን ወንድሞቻችን አዋቂዎቹና ጎበዞቹ ከኛ ጋር እየተባበራችሁ ነው እናንተንም እናመሰግናችኋለን ኤርትራውያን ሐዋትናን ሐፍትናን እናመስግነኩም ኢናቶም ክትረዱና አብ ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ተወጽን ከለኩም ብዙ ሻዕሪያኩም እየ አብ ዋሽንግተን ዲሲ ውን በ28 ወጽናን ከለና ረዲኹም ናይኹም ተጋሩታት ሐዋተይ ግን ናይ ኩልና ሚሽን እዩ ከምዝ ነገርኩም ሐዋተይ ካብ ሁሉ ስቴት እየጸውዕዮም ጋቢዘዮም ኒውዮርክ ክንራኸቢና አብ ኒውዮርክ ድማ ጽቡቅ ፋህ ዝበለት ሓንቲ ኣብ ዩናይትድ ኔሽን ፊት ጠጠውልና ሰላማዊ ሰልፍና ክንገብርና ድሕሪው ንእግዚአብሔርን አሕሊፍና እንህቦ ከማያ መልእክተ እዚአያ እግዚአብሔር ምስ ኩልኻትኩም ይኹን
ና ግን ረሲኻን ዓደም ካንንኮ
ማይክ كسرونا مساخن ياو
that's a good one
بعدين نتعصب لنا مايك اول شو كنقبرينا
that's a good one
اول كتراقبنا بدنب خنزراربينا
اما ياو لك عيو غنراخبينا
هو
ناي تغرينيا موسيقى انتاي دس بلكا
تا حنصلا دحنكونا تبل زي كمزي ساعاتنا رأي قال لما مسحان تقول مقف ريحيزا كمزي نابلت زدر
سلازيو
ها كلش عايز صوته قل
سلازي تاشما سلازي حاسكايا أبكال أي جزء خنمس زلنا
بجاخة تفلت عندي مايك تفلت عندي خاصة شمو ونقرني بجاخة
عايز
دام بس هنا نني زبل
استي
أجوخ عدي
الله انجلي ياو كم تزوالا يحاونا بتعمي وسي زلو صح بررام ناير سلازلنا تصر ربينا خلقورا يحاسبا نيرنا انوع سلازبنا يكتا إذا الناس معناكم حنكونوا في نيويورك وينه راح معنا راح هذا زين حصل بينك حلفكم بيها في نيويورك سيتي وينه كاو حمص أب سلام صرفي بيونايتد نيشن وسينا كن رواركم هنا سكاب شعو نراخب جن تجارحوات ناي تجارب فتوتي خورات ببمعطو خمسة كاتر نادر لهم يغني لنا خبرتي هذنا حد نجارات زي تداخمنا النجار مخرجكم تمسوا ذلهم بماسنجر تدخل لهم بزي بوست ناقوركم فيدباك تقول وذلهم يعني لنا كله ياو مچم انحر كبر الليو انحر مسمع الليو زي استخاخل سبيل لنا إلا نعملنا مجمرتنا تأيو جزانا نصري جزانا نخستر بانداتنا نفلت من مخانم صلاتنا من مخانو نفلت نحنا تجارو حما عيتم هارنان حما عين سرحن ارتراويان تم صبوق صرح زلو نكوعهم غيرهم قرونا نكوع صبوق صرحنا تم ابتقرااتيهم هي قفع الصرح زلو انا يس وحنكو كما يقرون كم تيقو نهزمنا قفع الصرحو تكن سيحواتنا زدفورو بحقا وخم تحاونا زولو صباح نقول حتتي ويدما حمششم نا غورغارو انتلو ناي تግራይ መከላካይ
እናሰረቁ እዮም ዘለው ንወደፊት ዓለም ኣይትቕበሎ ምን እያ ኣብ ዝኸድዎ ቦታ ከም ሌባ እዮም ዝረኣዩ ኣብ ዝኸደ ቦታ ማንካ ሹካ ትሰርቁ እንዲኹም እዩ ዝብሎም ዝወርድ ዝዓለም ዋ ኤርትራ የተልካ ዋ ኣካል ሌባ ጁባኻ ትሕዝ ትጥንቀቆ ገለመለ እዩ ዝኸውን ስራሕ ይቀፅሮኹም ናብ ዝኸድካዮ ዓለም ተኮይንካ ሞ ጽቡቕ ምክሪ እያ እዚኣ
እና በቃ እና ኣየኹም ሌባ መን እዩ ፈሊጥናዮ ኢና ከምኡ ንብል ተለና ግን ምስ ህዝቢ ኤርትራ ሙሉእ ንበኣስ ማለት ዘይኮነስ እቲ ጥዑይ ህዝቢ ኤርትራ ምሳና ጽቡቕ ሰርሕ ዘሎ ይቕኒየልና ከም ተሓውና ዝበሎ ተራዲእኻ ዘይፍታሕ ነገር የለን እዩ እቲ ዝተጎደ ህዝብና ግን ዘሕርቀካ ንሰብ ህይወቱን ተጠፍዩ ክትምልሶ ስለዘይትኽእል ንሱ እዩ ዘናድደና ካሊእ ኣይኮነን ኤርትራውያን ክንብል ተለና እውን ማ ኤርትራ ህዝቢ ሙሉእ ኣይኮነን ኩሪ ዘለና ንፃረፍ ዘለና ኣምሓራ ክንብል ተለና ከምኡ እዩ እቶም ሃገረ ሰባት ዘለዉ ምንም ኩናት ምህላው ዘይፈልጡ ዋላ እንተፈለጡ ግን እቲ ኢንፎርሜሽናት ብሕሶት እናመፆም ኣብ ኤርትራ ብሕሶት ኣብ ኢትዮጵያ ሙሉእ ብሕሶት እቶም ናትና ግን ሓቅነቱ እናፈለጡ እቶም እንደገና ሓቅነት ፈሊጦም ኣምሓሩ ከም ዘይፈለጡ ዝመስሉ ዘለዉ ግን ጽባሕ ንግሆ ብክልተ መገዲ ብኣናም ክጥየቕሉ እዮም ብእግዚኣብሔር ክጥየቕሉ እዮም ስለዚ ናብኣቶም ሓሪና ክናቱ ዘይኮነሲ ናይ ባዕልና ግን መፍትሒ ንሰርሐሉ ዘለና 24 ሰዓት ንሰርሕ ዘለና ሓቢርና ኣየኹም ተሓርቁ ተሓዝኑ ትናደዱ ተስፋ ትስዕኑ ዘለኹም ተጋሩ ኣየኹም ኣዮና እዚ ብሓደ ሓቢርና መፍትሒኡ ንሰርሕ ኢና ዘለና ስለዚ ነፍሲ ወከፍ ትግራዋይ ተጋሩ ዓለም ዝኒኹም ደቂ ኣንስትዮ ደቂ ተባዕትዮ ኣየኹም ሓቦ ይሓስኩም ኣየኹም ኣብ ትግራይ ትሪእዎ ኣለኹም መከላከያ ናይ ትግራይማ ኣይድቅስን ዘሎ ኣብ ስራሕ እዩ ዘሎ ስለዚ ንሱ ንባዕሉ ተስፋ ይኹንኩም በብሓድሽ ዜናታት ዝረኸብናሉ እዋናት ከኣን ናብፃና ከምዚ ምሳኻትኩም ክነቕርቦ ኢና ዝረኸብኩም ሓድሽ ዜናታት ተልኡ እውን ብማሳንጀር ከም ሓደ ሓደ ከም ትሕግዙና ዘለኹም ላኣኽሉና ሼር ግበርዎ እና እዛ ሙዚቃ ከፃውተልኩም ይቐኒየልና ማራያ
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good.
What